So, we will continue with transistor action with the using a NPN transistor. Now, in the last class we did this, that if p plus q amount of electrons leave the emitter region, the n side, q of them will combine in the base, p of them will reach the collector. At the same time, because there is forward bias here, some holes from p will also go to n, s number. Similarly, on the reverse bias is present in junction 2, in this junction 2 reverse biasing is there. Due to reverse biasing, t number of holes are going from n to p and r number of electrons are going from p to n. So, due to all these carriers, this is how this IP represents current due to p number of electrons. This is current due to q number of electrons. This is the current due to the holes, s number of holes. The direction of current is opposite to the direction of flow of electron and it is in the same direction as the hole direction. So, we did this, that emitter current will be this, base this, collector will be this much, and hence emitter current will be equal to base current plus collector current. Now, what happens, that it is a NPN transistor, the emitter is to be forward biased. So, it is connected negative and this is positive. The collector is to be reverse biased. So, this is positive and this is negative. So, what has the whole thing is this, that due to the forward biasing of junction J1, the depletion region here will be small and if the voltage is more than 0.7 volt in the case of silicon or 0.2 or 0.3 volt in case of germanium, these electrons can go from n to p. So, let us say that p plus q amount of electrons. So, if a certain number of electrons go from here to here, some of them will combine here in the p region. P region has some holes, but it is thin and lightly doped. The base region is thin and lightly doped. So, only a few of them will recombine here. So, only a few of that is what I have shown q. Q is a very small number in comparison to p plus q. P plus q, let us say 1006, then only 6 of them, let us say q 6 and 1000 of them will go to the collector. So, out of total number n number going from n to p, only a few of them recombine in the base, the rest of them reach the collector. So, let us say if alpha fraction of n reach the collector, that means n minus alpha n, this is the recombination, recombine in base. So, 1 minus alpha into n, and here alpha times n number reach the collector. So, when there is a forward bias, this depletion region is less, the potential barrier is reduced. So, a certain number of majority carrier, mainly here electrons, they cross the junction, go to the base region. Base is thin and lightly doped, only a few of them here will recombine with the holes here. The rest of the electrons will be quickly swept into the collector, because the collector is forward biased, it is plus. So, it will attract these electrons. So, the electrons will quickly go to the collector, and hence if there are extra electron here, these electrons will come back in the external circuit, and if electrons are going in this external circuit, collector current will be like this. Similarly, here electrons are coming from here to here and recombining. So, they will travel like this, and hence the current in this circuit will be IB will be like this. From this region, total number of electrons which are going to this side, that means that many number of electrons must be compensated in the external circuit. So, current direction will be opposite to that. So, emitter current will be like this. Now, for a small change in base current, only a few of them are combining here. So, the base current is mainly due to the base current, see these values are very small actually, these currents due to R is the number of electrons leaving the base region, and these are the number of holes leaving the base region to the emitter region, and T is the number of holes which are coming to the base region. These values are very small. So, these are very small. It is the mainly the electrons which recombine in the base that constitute the base current, and hence base current is very small, whereas collector current is due to the p number of electrons. These are the minority carriers which R and T, these are the minority charge carriers which are crossing the collector junction. So, this is also very small, you can write this is IP plus ICO, this is called the reverse current, reverse leakage current. This is very small, this is again very small. So, collector current is also mainly due to the number of electrons which are reaching the collector, they have come from the emitter, and that is why it is called emitter, because it gives electrons. The base, their recombination with holes takes place, and in the collector it collects the rest number of electrons. So, this IP mainly IC is mainly due to IP, and IB is mainly due to IQ, number of electrons which are recombining there, and emitter current is due to all of them, P and Q, all the electrons which are going from N to P plus the whole current is also very small, IS is also very small. So, emitter current will flow in the circuit, base current will flow in the circuit, in this manner there will be current in the circuit. And for a small change, if you change this base current recombination, the number of electrons which reach the collector will change by a large amount. We find that if this is in the order of microamperes, this in the order of milliampere. So, micro is 10 to the power minus 6, milli is 10 to the power minus 3, so 10 to the power 3 times. So, for a small change in base current, there is a large change in collector current, and that is why a transistor will act as an amplifier. So, we will go to that, this is how the transistor behaves, and we will go to find out the characteristics of a transistor. Now, we can draw two types of characteristics, input characteristic and output characteristic. Now, a transistor has 3 terminals, but when we connect input and output, input will have 2 terminals, 2 ends, output has 2 ends. So, you require 2 plus 2, 4 ends must be connected, but there are 3 terminals. So, there must be one terminal which is common to both input and output. Accordingly, transistor can be used in 3 modes. So, the modes of transistor connection, modes of transistor are common base, common emitter and common collector. This is common base, common emitter and common collector, according as which terminal is common to both input and output. So, for example, if I take the NPN transistor, this is, let me take the NP, this is NPN, P ru N को करंट जीवो, P मझीटा, तेणु P ru N को करंट गला इयाडे, ता माने एमिटर रे एमती डायरेक्शन दबो. So, here the base is common to both, here will be my input, here will be output. So, base is common to both input and output. Base terminal is connected to both to input as well as to output. So, this is a common base circuit. Similarly, if I draw the emitter ku majhire rakhideli. So, this is my emitter now. This is base, this is collector. So, emitter is common to both input as well as output. You connect the output here, take the output from here and input from here. Then emitter is connected to both input and output. So, this is a common emitter connection, and similarly we can revert this emitter epote rakhi deikri collector epote draw kardele, I will have a common collector connection. So, we can also have a common collector connection. In this case my emitter is on this side and collector is here. This is collector, this is base. Base is always on the input side. So, this is my output, then it is called a common collector. Collector is common to both input as well as output. So, accordingly for all these three modes of transistor connection, we can draw input and output characteristics. So, we will take the characteristics of, for example, the common emitter connection, common emitter mode. In the common emitter mode, and PNP will have different from NPN. So, you could also explain the transistor action for a PNP transistor also. In that case, simply because in those case holes are the main carriers, in this case electrons are the main carriers because N is predominant here. In that case, in a PNP transistor it will be holes which will move from P to N and some will be recombined with the electrons in the base and the rest of the holes will reach the collector. Similarly, just as you have a NPN transistor, you can explain the PNP transistor. So, in a common emitter mode means this mode. If this is the input circuit, then base and emitter, this is my emitter which will be earthed. So, emitter and base, they are in the input circuit. So, the input characteristic will be my input characteristic, the input circuit is between base and emitter. So, all these characteristics are graph between current and voltage. You have to decide which voltage and which current. The common terminal ता पाई measurement हबनी emitter रा current एठी, ता माने base current measurement हबा, collector current measurement हबा. In this case, base is common, so what we will measure is emitter current and collector current. Similarly, in the CC mode, collector is common, so we will measure base current and emitter current. This is my emitter. So, in the input characteristic will be between base and emitter. So, this is a graph between how the base current changes with the base emitter voltage. So, input characteristic in a common emitter mode connection is graph between the base current or the variation of base current with base emitter voltage, keeping VCE constant, collector emitter voltage constant. And the output characteristic will be similarly, if you go by the same principle here, what we see here in the collector common emitter, collector current mapa haba and voltage haba collector emitter voltage. So, this is a graph between collector current versus voltage of collector emitter voltage, keeping my IB constant. So, I give you here the circuit using which we will do this same circuit, same common emitter mode. So, we will draw it in the common emitter mode. जेहेतु एमिटर टा कॉमन मु तेणु तल पट को एमिटर टा को ड्रॉ कली एमिति. सो माय एमिटर इज हियर एंड कलेक्टर इज हियर ऑन दिस साइड. this is my base. So, I want to measure the base current. So, I must connect a milliammeter or microammeter here to measure the base current. Then I have to apply a voltage between base and emitter. To do that, and remember this is a NPN transistor I am drawing. So, this is N, this is P, this is N. So, because base is P, so P must be connected. Remember, emitter is always forward biased. This will be forward biased and collector will be reverse biased. To make it forward biased, my P side, the base, P side must be connected to positive. So, I will draw a battery with positive on up side and connect it to a resistor, so that I can draw a voltage divider like this and take the voltage from any point. I can vary this. So, my emitter, this is grounded. So, all these things are grounded. I should be able to measure the base emitter voltage. So, there must be a voltmeter connected across the base and the emitter. Similarly, on this side, on the collector side, we should be able to measure a collector current. So, this is a milliammeter. Then we must connect it reverse bias. Now, N, P, N, N must be connected to what? To make it reverse bias, it is positive. So, N is positive, negative, negative. So, this negative now is connected here. And I must be able to measure the voltage between collector and emitter. So, this is my collector emitter voltage measurement. So, this is the circuit, sorry, we did not vary the voltage. So, to vary the voltage, again here also make a resistor arrangement and connect it to different points. When you change this point differently, the voltage will be different. That is the whole idea, that this is a voltage divider actually, it gives you different voltages. So, this is the circuit to find out the input and output characteristic. To draw the input characteristic, what you do is, first this is the graph what you will obtain. First, let us say VCE is kept constant. So, VCE value, some VCE value is let us say 0 volt. Then with this volt, find out the change the base emitter voltage and measure the base current. This is in volts, this is in microampere. So, first data you take, that let us say keep the collector emitter voltage, this is VCC, this battery is called VBB. So, VCE is kept at 0 volt, base emitter voltage is changed and gradually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and you measure the base current. Then you make VCE equals to let us say 4 volt. Again you find out the value of change the base emitter voltage and find out the base current. This is one graph you will obtain, this with these readings you will obtain another graph between this and this, base current and base emitter voltage. So, when you plot the graph, what you will get is like this. Up to points, let us say I am taking a silicon diode. So, if my NPN transistor is made up of silicon semiconductor, it will go up to 0.7 volt. Up to that there will be no current. Why? Because the forward bias is not overcome, the depletion region of the forward emitter base junction has not overcome, it has not been nullified. So, till that point there will be no current, then suddenly the current increases. So, this is the graph for VCE equals to 0 volt. This is the graph between base current and base emitter voltage. This is base current in microampere, this is in volts. Then you make VCE equals to 4 volt. Again another set of reading, change base emitter voltage, find out the base current, plot a graph. This graph will give you something like this. VCE equals to 4 volt. This is the input characteristic, and if you take any point, find out, draw a tangent and find out delta VBE from here to here, change in VBE, this is the change in IB. So, this is delta IB. The input resistance is delta VBE by delta IB, input resistance. That means, the resistance of the input circuit in this case will be that value. So, from the input characteristic, this is our input characteristic. So, input characteristic is a graph between base current and base emitter voltage, keeping VCE constant. VCE is 0 volt, you find one graph, VCE 4 volt, you get another graph. Find out the slope or the inverse of the slope. The inverse of the slope will be this by this, slope is this by this. So, inverse of the slope is the input resistance. So, this is what you find out from the input characteristic. Let us go to the output characteristic. Same circuit, you will use the same circuit for a common emitter. Output characteristic is a graph between, now it will be easier for you to understand now. Now, this is base and emitter were in the input circuit. So, the graph was between base current and base emitter voltage. Now, the output circuit is collector and emitter. So, it will be a graph between collector current and collector emitter voltage. So, this is output characteristic is a graph between collector current, C for collector, I for the current, collector current versus collector emitter voltage. So, for certain keeping IB constant. So, what we do is, to start with we make some, let us say base current is 0. So, you adjust the base emitter voltage, adjust this, so that this reading shows you 0. So, for IB is equal to 0, change collector emitter voltage, measure collector current 1, 2, 3 like this you take readings. Then change base current to, let us say 10 microampere. Again take the same VCE versus IC. You repeat this for another 20 microampere, 40, 50, 60 like that. So, there will be many graphs you can draw. This will give you one graph, this will another graph and so on. A set of graphs can be drawn for different values of base current. So, the graph will be something like this. This is collector emitter voltage on x axis and collector current on y axis. This is in milliamperes, this is in volts. When the base current is 0, here even if the base current is 0, electrons are coming from here to here and reaching here. So, there will be some base collector current, but the current is very small. This is the graph you will be obtaining for IB is equal to 0 microampere. That means, you are changing the collector emitter voltage, current is this is the collector emitter voltage, current is this, and in this way you draw the graph. Next, you change base current to 10 microampere, the graph will be something like this, not parallel exactly, but it will increase a little. So, this is base current 10 microampere. So, for a very small value of voltage, current reaches the maximum and then does not increase much. It is only a very slight increase, but more or less constant, remains constant. Again you change, you take all these readings, practically speaking this current will remain constant, IC will remain constant with some value remains nearly constant. Then you take another set of reading, IB is equal to 20 microampere, you will see that the graph goes like this. So, this is for base current is equal to 20 microampere. In this manner, you can draw 4, 5, 6 graphs. Now, if you look at this output characteristic, because this is more in use in all the case of transistor action, let us say this is 20, this is base current is equal to 30 microampere, you get a graph like this. So, what you observe here, if I draw a line like this region is called the saturation region. The graph below this IB is equal to 0, this region is called the cutoff region, and the region from here, from where the graph is more or less parallel to this x axis is called the active region, and we always use the transistor in the active region. In the active region, as far as active region is concerned, our emitter and base, emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased. Whereas, for the when now you can change this, you can make both of them reverse bias. When you make both of them reverse bias, what will happen? This is reverse biased always. Now, if you make this also reverse biased, then these electrons which were going from emitter to base will not go. So, if both of them are reverse biased, current will be 0, it is cut off, the transistor will not work. So, this is the cutoff region, that is the cutoff region, below this IB is equal to 0. So, when in the cutoff region is what? This is emitter base junction is reverse biased, collector base junction is also reverse biased. When both the junctions are reverse biased, the transistor is in cutoff region. And saturation, for saturation, what is left now with us? Both are forward biased. If you make this forward biased and this also forward biased, ये तो forward bias active region रे मध्य अछि. In the active region, emitter base junction is forward, but this is reverse. This is the true action of transistor. But in the saturation region, both are forward biased. Now, if you make this also forward biased, the electrons will go from here to here, but because it is here there is a reverse bias, the electrons were coming to the collector quickly, because this will be a forward bias, means this is positive. So, positive will attract the electrons will quickly go to the collector. But if this is forward biased माने एटी नेगेटिव हे जिवो एटा जदि नेगेटिव हला से तो आउरी ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट करिवो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को डोंट कम. So, quickly reduces to 0. So, the current, whatever was the current, if you make it forward biased, then the current reduces to 0, and that region is called the saturation region of the transistor. And we always use the transistor in the active region, all amplification etc. The transistor is used in the active region. To connect it in active region, we must have emitter base junction forward biased and collector base junction reverse biased. So, we will see how a transistor can be used as an amplifier. By the way, some of the constants that you should remember, some of the note these things, that we can define output resistance. This is the output resistance is the output characteristic. In the output characteristic, the voltage was collector emitter voltage. So, the change in collector emitter voltage to change in collector current, this will give you the output resistance of the circuit. And there is another thing that is more in use, current amplification factor. and this is how much current is amplified, how much the current has increased. That means output current divided by input current. Now, in this case the output current is collector current, the input current is base current. So, this is beta is equal to change in collector current divided by change in base current. For the same keeping VCE constant. So, if my output characteristic is something like this is my collector current on y axis, collector emitter voltage on x axis, these are the IB values. Let us say this is 10 microampere and this IB is, let us say, 20 microampere. Then you take one VCE, constant VCE, find out how much when the collector emitter voltage is constant, when the base current changes from 10 to 20 microampere, how much is the change in collector current. Now, suppose this is 2 milliampere and this point is 4 milliampere. Let us say I am taking some hypothetical values. So, that means when base current changes from 10 to 20 microampere, that means change in base current is 20 minus 10, so 10 microampere. Then the change in collector current is 4 minus 2, that is 2 milliampere. So, beta current amplification is this by this, that is 2 milliampere divided by 10 microampere, and milli is 10 to the power minus 3. So, this is 10 into micro is 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. So, this is equal to 1 by 5, we will have a minus 6 goes here, 6, 10, 2000 by 10, that means 200. In other words, what does it mean? It means that when you change IB by a small amount, IC will be equal to beta times IB, that means 200 times. So, if the base current is changed by only 10 microampere, the collector current will increase by 200 times. So, that is what is used as amplification. So, amplification factor is very important in all transistors. If you take in common base circuit, in the common base circuit, this ratio, there is a current amplification there also. The current amplification factor in case of common base is change in the common base is common to both input and output. That means base is base, so base is in the middle, that means emitter is one side and collector is on other side. That means between the output current will be this IC and input current will be IE. So, this ratio is alpha. So, in case of common base circuit, this is alpha. So, alpha is IC. So, IE the alpha times IC, and alpha is less than 1. Less than 1, not very much different from 1 actually. Alpha is of the order of 0.98 or 0.99, something like that, means only slightly less than 1. This means IC, current IC is less than IE, but slightly, that means this difference is very small. In many cases, we take collector current is nearly equal to IE, because if I take IE alpha is equal to 0.98, then my IC will be equal to 0.98 times IE. ता माने 1 रू 0.02 कम 1 माइनस 0.02 टाइम्स IE ता माने IE रू एतिकी मात्र कम. So, collector current is slightly less than emitter current in all circuits, but in many cases we take IC is nearly equal to IE. So, these will help you in finding out some of the numericals. So, transistor as an amplifier. See why, what is an amplifier? Amplifier is an electronic circuit which increases the intensity or increases the amplitude of a signal. Amplitude, that means the voltage, the maximum peak value of the signal generated is increased by an amplifier. So, amplifier is the circuit which increases the amplitude. Now, see, when I am speaking, let us say, this speech will be converted to an electrical signal, and that electrical signal will be of very small value actually. This, the amplitude, this is the maximum, the peak value is called the amplitude. So, that peak value is very small. If you put it directly to a loudspeaker, suppose I take that current directly to the loudspeaker. Now, a loudspeaker works with the vibration of its membrane. Now, if this amplitude is very small, the vibration will be very small. So, the output of the loudspeaker will be so small that it is of no use, nothing can be heard. तेणु मु जहाँ कहूँ सेटा जब डायरेक्टली आम लाउड स्पीकर को दबा, लाउड स्पीकर आउ जहाँ जी वाइब्रेट करिवो सेथिरे हमको किछि सुना जीवनी. सो व्हाट वी डू इज वी कनेक्ट वन सर्किट, दिस इज कॉल्ड द एम्पलीफायर. व्हाट इट विल डू, ये जो छोटो थिला तार एम्पलीट्यूड एतिकी मात्र थिला, इट विल मेक द एम्पलीट्यूड लार्ज लाइक दिस. सो व्हेन द एम्पलीट्यूड बिकम्स लार्जर, लाउड स्पीकर तापर लाउड स्पीकर को दबा, गोटे स्टेज न थाए. एम्पलीफायर यूजुअली वी यूज 3 to 4 स्टेजेस और एटलिस्ट 2 to 3 स्टेजेस ऑफ एम्पलीफायर. सो 2-3टा सेमती मिसिकी थाए, देन इट इज फेड टू द लाउड स्पीकर, देन द साउंड इट विल गिव यू इज लार्ज. So, this is the work of an amplifier, it will increase the signal amplitude. Now, for that transistor is used. Why? See, the which property of transistor makes it suitable for amplification is that for a small change in base current, there will be a large change in collector current. Now, if I connect my input, the signal to be amplified, जोटा कि छोटो अच्छी amplitude less अच्छी तारो, if I connect it to the base circuit, तबे base current change होबा. जदि base current change हैला, जति की change हैला, collector current मुने भी output, collector current ता तो बेसी जोरे change होबा, बेसी change होबा 200 times for example in this case. So ये जति की time change होबा, ये 200 times change होबा. तेणु ये जदि एमती एमती जाउची, ये 200 गुण तार बढ़ी जीवो. So the amplitude will be large. That means if we use the signal to be amplified, the small amplitude signal to the base, and we take the output from the collector, then the transistor will be used as an amplifier. That एतिक कथा. द्वितीय कथा हला जे we must ensure that my emitter should be forward biased and my collector should be reverse biased. Then only transistor will be in the active region. So that is why we use a battery to the emitter circuit, also a battery to the collector circuit. Some voltage supply is given to the collector to ensure that collector remains reverse biased and emitter remains forward biased. एति कथा मन रखिबा. आउ बाकी लगेबा कोन ना, जो सिग्नल टाको एम्पलीट्यूड बढ़ेबार अछि ताको आमे बेस सर्किट रे कनेक्ट कर दबा, आउटपुट कोठु नबा ना कलेक्टर आ कलेक्टर रु आउटपुट नबा. एमिटर जदी कॉमन हैला, सो आई विल ड्रॉ ए सेम सर्किट with the emitter. This is again a NPN transistor, NPN, P रु N आडकू करंट जाए. तेणु P रु N आडकू करंट जीवो. तेणु P टा मझी हैला, ए मझीटा P, बेस होची this is मझी, बेस टा होची P. So this will be my emitter, this is the base, this is the collector. So from the collector नबा, collector पटे reverse bias करिबा NPN, N टाकू रिभर्स करिबा पई हेले N को पॉजिटिव रे लगेबा. सो पॉजिटिव बैटरी गोटे लगेबा. सो एटा पॉजिटिव एंड, पॉजिटिव को लगेबा, एठी गोटे रेजिस्टेंस टे लगेबा. सो हियर वी कनेक्ट अ रेजिस्टेंस, लोड रेजिस्टेंस, एंड कनेक्ट दिस टू द एमिटर. दिस इज अर्थ. बेस पटे कौन करी ना, बेस पटे मोर लगेबार अच्छी गोटे बैटरी लगेबार अच्छी. बेस इज P, P मस्ट बी दिस, region N आउ P must be forward biased ता माने N P must be connected to P positive तेणु एपटे भी पॉजिटिव टे लगेबी ए पॉजिटिव टा बेस को लागिबो ता सहित एठी लगेबी कोनटा ना जो सिग्नल टाको मोर बढ़ाइबार अछि से सिग्नल टाको आई विल कनेक्ट इट सिग्नल आ ए बी वोल्टेज जहाँ लगेबार थिला लगेली पॉजिटिव टा ऊपर पट को रहइबो बी केयरफुल अबाउट ए सर्किट कनेक्शन दिस शुड बी पॉजिटिव to make it forward biased, this should be positive to make the collector junction reverse biased, then connect it here. So, this is a simple circuit of a transistor as an amplifier and we take the output from here, that means collector emitter across रे voltage जहाँ है that is my output. Now, this will be equal to, now what happens when the base, so initially when your signal is 0 ता माने no signal माने base emitter voltage केते ना VBE base emitter voltage is equal to VBB जोटा बैटरी डायरेक्ट लगा हेची बायसिंग दिया हेची सेतिकी ता पाई गोटे emitter current will flow, some emitter current will flow and some base current will flow and accordingly some collector current will flow in the circuit. This is a DC bias. So, DC voltage with a constant collector current गोटे कौन जीवो constant base current ये टिके या टू टिके छोटो ये बहुत कम माइक्रो एम्पियर ये पाखापाखी समान 0.98 टाइम्स लेटर से अल्फा टाइम्स IE. So, base now what will VCE? VCE will be potential difference between C and E ए दीटा पॉइंट माने ए दीटा पॉइंट माने ए वोल्टेज टा होची VCC. सो देयर विल बी अ कलेक्टर करंट. अच्छा कलेक्टर करंट केमती हबो P रु N आडगु एमिटर करंट आउट आउ इन दिस केस इन द केस ऑफ NPN ट्रांजिस्टर collector current will be in, base current will be in, these two ए दीटा मिसिकरी इक्वल टू IE संगे समान IC plus IB is equal to IE. So, IC plus IB, IC is एटा plus VCC, IC एमती जाउची ता माने minus ICRC, VCC minus ICRC. This is my output voltage. So, when there is no signal, the base emitter voltage is equal to this biasing circuit voltage. Output voltage केते ना collector emitter voltage टा output voltage that is equal to biasing जहाँ करा ही चे collector रे VCC minus ICRC, where IC is the collector current, RC is the collector resistance connected or load resistance connected to the collector circuit. Now, when signal is given, when signal is connected, let us say the signal, so prathame your output was VCC, this was the output. अच्छा पछरे मु आगे सिग्नल टा को ड्रा करे मु ये सिग्नल टा एति की देबी. This is my signal and this is my output. Initially when signal is 0, the output is equal to VCC. This is my VCE. This is with time. So, when signal is 0, output है VCC. Signal टिके बढ़िला माने if the signal is going to the positive half cycle, the base emitter forward bias increases. कहीं ना ये बेसी पॉजिटिव है, ये भी पॉजिटिव मिसिक बेसी पॉजिटिव है, P टा बेसी पॉजिटिव है ता माने it is more forward biased. So, the emitter base junction is more forward biased. Because it is more forward biased, तेबे कौन हम ना बेसी रहीजिबे बेस रे बेसी रिकम्बिनेशन हो जीवो तेणु बेस करंट बढ़ी जीवो. सो द बेस करंट इंक्रीजेस. सो IB इंक्रीजेस. अच्छा IB जदि इंक्रीज कला बीटा टाइम्स IB IC टा इंक्रीज हम केते टाइम्स ना बीटा टाइम्स. ता माने बीटा टाइम्स बढ़ी जीवो सेतिकी गुण बढ़ी जीवो IC. ता माने IC बढ़िला. जदि IC बढ़िला इफ यू लुक एट दिस इक्वेशन IC जदि बढ़िला तेबे VCE कौन हम ना VCC रु सेते कमी जीवो. सो कमी जीवो ता माने VCC रु कमी जीवो. ये एतिकी बढ़ला बेलकु ये बेसी टिके कमी जीवो एमती कमीबो. सो इन दिस मैनर इफ दिस इज सिग्नल गोज टू मैक्सिमम सिग्नल जेतेबेले मैक्सिमम हे गला तबे ये भी मैक्सिमम कमी जीवो कहीं ना IC टा माइनस अच्छी एठी तेणु सी सेतिकी बेसी कमी जीवो. सो एमती आसी जीवो. When it comes back to 0 again, it will come back to 0. 0 माने VCC. जेतेबेले सिग्नल 0 थिला, what was VCE? VCE was VCC. तेणु ये फेरिबो VCC को. तापरे ये जेतेबेले नेगेटिव हबो. वर्तमान when the signal goes negative, ये प्लस तामाने इनपुट वोल्टेज टा हमर होउची प्रकृत रे इनपुट वोल्टेज होउची कहा भितरे ना बेस आउ एमिटर. So, when the signal the input voltage is voltage between base and emitter which is equal to VBB plus this signal. एटा सब बेले पॉजिटिव अछि. If the signal goes negative ता माने ए पॉजिटिव माइनस सम वैल्यू ता माने ए वैल्यू टा कमी गला. So, forward biasing of the emitter base junction decreases. If it decreases base current decreases. बेस करंट जदि कमिला तार बीटा टाइम्स माने 200 गुण IC विल डिक्रीज बाय 200 टाइम्स और बीटा टाइम्स. IC जदि कमी गला गोटे टोटल वैल्यू रु एटा वैल्यूटा बहुत कमी गला ता माने ये VCC माइनस को पळेबो. सो दिस गोज टू ये कमिला IC कमिला माने ये नेगेटिव एठी गोटे नेगेटिव ता माने ये बढ़ी जी एमती. सो दिस गोज टू लाइक दिस. So, for this entire cycle I am not up to scale, this is a large value this. So, what we find that in case of a NPN transistor in common emitter mode when the signal varies by a small amount the output or collector emitter voltage varies by a large amount. That is, so that is the amplification. Means when delta IB changes, why changes? Because signal is there. Signal जेमती change होची IB सेमती change होबो. Signal positive गले IB टा बढ़िबो. जदि signal negative को जीवो IB टा कमिबो. जेते बेले IB बढ़िबो IC मध्य बढ़िबो. IC सिना बढ़िला किंतु VCE कमिबो. सो VCE टा नेगेटिव को पळेला. किंतु सेति की अमाउंट टा केते ना बीटा टाइम्स. सो तळ को पळेला. तापरे जेते बेले when IB decreases IB decreases IC decreases एटा IC decreases माने नेगेटिव टाइप. सो एटा VCC प्लस हे जिवो एटा. सो ये पॉजिटिव हे जिवो. सो इन दिस मैनर एम्प्लीफिकेशन ये बीटा टाइम्स ता माने बढ़िला. सो बीटा टाइम्स IB IC इज बीटा टाइम्स योर IB. तेणु IB चेंज होची सिग्नल पाई. So, this is how we get amplification, the output will be amplified. Second thing that we hear, there is a 180-degree phase change. कहा भितरे ना ये जेतेबेले सिग्नल जेतेबेले ऊपर को पॉजिटिव जाउची ये नेगेटिव आड़ को जाउची. So, the input voltage and output voltage भितरे there is a pi phase change or 180-degree phase change or pi phase change, and this is how transistor will be used as an amplifier. The output is taken from here, the input is given, the signal is connected in the input circuit so that the base emitter voltage changes. Now, to end this chapter of semiconductor electronics, we have a few digital circuits, a few of the very simple digital circuits in this part of the course. And in digital circuits we have logic gates. logic gates are digital. Now, what is an analog circuit and a digital circuit? See, an analog voltage is a continuous variation. Any continuous variation with time, the voltage, analog voltage is a continuously varying thing. So, the entity is continuously varying, that is called an analog signal. If this signal is continuously varying, we are saying analog signal. Whereas, suppose the graph is like this, suddenly it remains maximum, comes to 0, then remains 0, then goes to maximum, then remains constant, then 0. That means it has only two states, either it is high or it is low. This high or low, high or low, high and low, there are only in this case two, binary, it is a binary kind of thing, but not necessarily binary, but digital circuits is not continuous. It is some sequence. In this case, high is given the value 1 and low is written as 0. These are used in all our circuits nowadays, the computers, all your mobiles, all these things work on the binary coded decimal system BCD. So, in this case either it is high or low, 1 and 0, everything is converted into 1 and 0, yes or no, high or low, high voltage को 1 दिया होची, low voltage को 0 दिया होची, and it is used with the logic circuits. Logic gates, now as the name indicates, gates, what is a gate and what is a logic gate? Gate is something which control the flow of information. Gate is, it controls flow of information. Any circuit which controls the flow of information is a gate. Logic gate, these are circuits in which there is some logical relation between the input and output. Then it is a logic gates. Now, the basic logic gates, there are 5 basic logic gates using which we can construct a computer. With all the computers, everything is constructed out of these basic logic gates. These are NOT, AND, OR, then the combination of NOT and AND, that is NAND, combination of NOT and OR is NOR. The symbols of, these are the symbols, NOT is given in this way. This is the input, on left side is input, the Y stands for output. In all the cases, I will write the input as A, B, C, D, etc. and the output as Y. In the gates, output is only one, there may be more than one input. In the case of NOT gate, there is only one input. In other case, there may be other, AND is like a D. So, there may be 2 inputs, 3 inputs, many inputs here. Let us say I am taking it 2 inputs. So, A and B are the 2 inputs and only one output. This is AND. OR, the symbol of OR is something like this. So, there is again I am drawing 2 input and one output. NAND is combination of and this, that means and प्रथमे लेखिबो तापर एटा को ड्रा करिवो, तेनु दीटा का मिसई देले आग डी टा को ड्रा करिवि तापर याकु लगेई कि मिसई देबी, तेनु एठी गोटे गोलटे लागिवो एतिकी. दिस इज माय NAND गेट. this is output, these are the inputs. There may be more than 2 inputs also. सेमती नॉर है कौन ना और तापर नॉट तेज सेमती एमती टिके दिस ता भितर गोल्डा लगी जो. सो दिस इज माय नॉर गेट. So these are the symbols of the different gates. Now the truth table. Truth table is the table which shows you when input is this, what will be the output. So in this case, in all cases I will write the input and the output. The relation between it shows you what are the inputs, when inputs are given this, what will be the outputs. Now in this case there is only one input, so I will write only input A here. When A is high, not this, tamane negation. So in this case 1 ro not ta kon hobo, not 1 tamane 0, so output will be 0. When input is, let me first start with 0. When input is 0, output is not 0 means 1. When input is 1, not 1 means 0. So this is a circuit in which when the input is low, output is high. When input is high, output is low. Then that circuit will be used as a NOT gate, AND gate. Same thing draw kariba, input, output. Output is Y, input more eti dita achi. So I will take A and B. So suppose both are 0. The logic gate AND means this and this. The output is 1 only when A is 1, B is 1. Otherwise it is 0. Both must be 1 and artha A be ek, B be high. Only when all the inputs are 1, then only output will be 1, otherwise 0. Tamane this and this, A and B both are 1, then only output will be 1. So A 0, B 0 mane output 0. A jodi 0, A 1 hela, ये सिना 1 हला किंतु ये तो 0. सो बोथ आर नॉट 1, तेणु ये 0. ये जदि 1, ये 0, पुणी से हला B वर्तमान 0 हो जाइछि, B इज नॉट 1, दीटा जाक 1 हेले जाइकरी 1 हबो, नले 0. इफ 1 and 1 both A is high, B is also high, both are 1 हेले जाइकरी एटा आउटपुट हबो 1. So this is how the AND circuit behaves, OR circuit. In the case of OR, if I take A and B and find out the output, this is my input, this is output. This says this or this, any of them is 1, output is 1. So you remember in this manner that if A is 1 or B is 1, output is 1. In this case, if A is 1 and B is 1, then only output will be 1. Here A is 1 or B is 1, output will be 1. Let us see, if A is 0, B is 0, none of them is 1, so this will be 0. But this is A is 0, B is 1. A is 1 or B is 1, it is B 1 अच्छी, तेणु output 1 हबो. ये जदि 1, ये 0. Now input रे A is 1, जे जणे भी 1 हेले output 1 हबो. तेणु ये 1 अच्छी, तेणु ये भी आउटपुट 1 हबो. ये 1, ये 1, दी जण जाक तो 1 अच्छी, आमर तो जणे 1 हेले चलिबो, एठी तो दी जण जाक 1 अछंती, तेणु आउटपुट टा 1 हबो. सो OR will be like this. This is my OR circuit. अच्छा, NAND कोन? NAND होची AND, आगो AND आसीबो तापरे NOT आसीबो. आ NOR होची कोन ना OR आगो आसीबो तापरे NOT आसीबो. A NOT circuit, OR circuit followed by NOT is NOR, N आउ OR. NAND कोन ना AND circuit आगो आसीबो तार NOT. ता माने एठी मु जहा सब बाहर कली एटा होची OR, AND एंड रो चिन्ह होची ए डॉट बी इज ए एंड बी आउटपुट एठी और केस रे हम एटा लिखु ए और बी और टा एठी होची प्लस ए और बी और रो चिन्ह होची एठी प्लस तार सिंबल सेटा एंड रो जहा आउटपुट आसी थिबो तार नॉट ता माने इट इज द कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ ए डॉट बी रो कॉम्प्लीमेंट माने तार उल्टाटा ता माने मु एई सर्किट एठू जदी नेबी नांड सर्किट रो एटा आग लिखिबो तापरे ए बी ए एंड बी रो उल्टा एटा हमर आउटपुट कहार ना नांड रो आउटपुट तामाने ये जदि जीरो ये जीरो केते बेले ए डॉट माने एंड माने जीरो जीरो हेले जीरो जीरो वन हेले जीरो वन जीरो हेले जीरो वन वन हेले केवल वन हबो दिस एंड दिस ए एंड बी दी जण जाको वन हेले जाई करी आउटपुट वन हबो अच्छा यार उल्टाटा तामाने आगो एटा को लिखि देले तुमको सुविधा हबो टू फाइंड आउट द उल्टा जीरो रो उल्टा वन जीरो रो वन एटा रो वन वन रो जीरो so NAND ro output hochi eita this is the output of NAND when the inputs are this similarly NOR case re kariya pai sei eka katha a or b ro complement ulta ye zero a je bi 1 hele hobo kintu zero ye 0 1 1 0 je jone bi 1 hele 1 or case रे this is or output of or रो नॉट एटा हबा 1 1 हेले 1 नाउ उल्टा करिबा वर्तमान तार ए प्लस बी एटा 0 0 रो उल्टाटा हला 1 1 रो ऑपोजिट हला 0 एठी 1 रो 0 ये रो 0 ता माने दिस इज द आउटपुट फॉर नॉर होची एया सो इन ए इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सर्किट व्हिच बिहेव्स इन दिस मैनर इफ यू गिव ए लो if it becomes in the input if it becomes high it is a NOT circuit and it is if input is high output is low then that is a NOT circuit and if both of the inputs all inputs are high output is high then it is a AND circuit if any of the input is high output is high it is a OR circuit and OR reverse ta hochi NOR au AND ro reverse hela NAND. So this is how the different circuits their symbol their truth table occurs and this is how NAND and NOR these two are called universal gates because using these gates you can construct NOT and OR. So NAND and NOR are the universal gates by using them you can create other gates also and or not all the three gates can be constructed using NAND and NOR. Thank you.